Mr. Mukhadi, Mr. Tuzi, Mr. Muklom, Mr. Tevi, Mrs. Wookie, Mr. Jansen van Rensburg, Mrs. Mahemedi, Mr. Kunyani, and Mr. Jan Loubser, for accused number 5.
May it please you, Your Worship, I confirm my appearance on behalf of accused number 1 and accused number 7, Mr. Kagisho Mururi. Thank you, Your Worship.
Sorry, Mr. Kagisho?
Mururi. M-O-R-I. M-O-R-U-R-I, Your Worship.
He's number 1 and 7.
1 and 7, yes, Your Worship.
Thank you.
Mr. Court, please.
If it pleases the court, Your Worship, Ms. Wookie from RC Ishmael Attorneys, and I confirm my appearance on behalf of accused number 2, Your Worship.
Ms.
Wookie.
Can you spell that?
W-O-O-K-E-Y, Your Worship.
Accused number 2.
Yes, Your Worship. As the court pleases.
Thank you, Worship. Worship, just a point of correction. I heard my learned colleague say Mrs. Makamedi or something like that. I'm actually Makamedi. Mr. Makamedi TP, I'm from Legal Aid, and I'm appearing on behalf of accused 3.
Apologies, Your Worship. I will just inform accused 2 and 10, Your Worship. Yes, Your Worship.
May it please the court. My name is J.H. Loubser from the firm Loubser & Loubser Incorporated in Pretoria. I'm coming on the record on behalf of accused number 5, Mr. Thabo Bester, and I will be ably assisted in the follow-up proceedings by Advocate Zandili Boshorolo. May it please the court.
May it please the court, Your Worship. Mr. Mathieu Prios Lord Record, Your Worship. Your Worship, I've consulted with Mr. Bester at length. I don't want to jump the gun. I've consulted with accused number 5 at length before the matter proceeded. I've not been excused as attorney of record yet. However, I do not hold instructions that either my mandate has been terminated or I should withdraw as attorney of record. May the court just clear it up with accused number 5, Your Worship.
Thank you. Mr. Bester. You currently have Mr. Mathieu on record as your legal representative. What is the position?
Your Honor, they're both going to be part of my team. So I'm not withdrawing Mr. Mathieu from the team. It's going to remain the team. They will both be part of the team that will be defending me. I feel that there's quite a few things that I want them to deal with, and I would like them to remain, both of them, as instructing attorneys of an advocate in Shorolo and adding on Mr. Danilov. So I would want both of them to remain on the team.
Thank you.
I don't know if it's legally possible, Your Worship. However, we are in your hands, Your Worship.
That is something that the legal representatives and the Crown will have to sort out. Between them.
Thank you. The next one, appearing for case number 6.
May it please the court, Your Worship. I am Masino Kwenani. Kwenani is spelled K-O-E-N-A-N-E. And I represent accused number 6 and number 8. Court please, Your Worship.
Thank you.
As the court pleases, Your Worship, I rise to confirm my appearance on behalf of accused number 9. It's Mr. Tebe.
Your Worship, I confirm my appearance on behalf of accused number 12 on R. Yasifari. Mr. Court pleases.
As the court pleases your worship, I confirm my appearance on behalf of accused number 11. In this matter, your worship, Ms. Modise from Thabo Tusi Attorney standing in for Mr. Tusi, your worship. As the court pleases.
Thank you. Have we got everybody on record now? I also have Mr. Motlaun here. That is for accused number 4. He's not present at the moment. Thank you.
As it pleases the court, Your Worship. Your Worship, I'm going to withdraw the matters against the following accused. Natasha Jansen, you please stand up. Mr. Mir and Ramadullah. I am withdrawing the case against these 3 accused. Thank you, Your Worship.
Thank you. Can I just hear from the legal representative? Ms. Jansen's legal representative.
Mrs. Worship, indeed I represent Ms. Jansen and we do not have problems with the charges against her. What is this?
Thank you. Mr. Mir. Which accused is that? Accused number?
Mr. Mir is number 10 on my name.
Please, Ms. Melissa.
This is the court, Your Worship. I confirm my presence of accused number 10 and we do not have any objections to the withdrawal.
Thank you. And Mr. Ramadullah?
No objection. I thank the court, Your Worship.
Thank you. All the charges are then withdrawn against the 3 of you, Ms. Jansen, Ms. Mir and Mr. Ramadullah.
As the court pleases, Your Worship.
Thank you. You may stand down.
Thank you, Your Worship. Your Worship, the state is ready to serve the indictment on the remaining accused. I'm first going to hand in the SV10E. That is a directive indicating regarding the charges that form part of the record. Thank you, my lady.
Thank you.
Then there is also a SV8, that is in brackets a pre-trial conference. It's basically the same information that contains in SV10, my lady.
The SV10, Exhibit M.
Thank you. As it pleases the court.
The notification of summary trial is Exhibit N.
Then I'm also handing up the indictment. It is with the charges set out, a summary of the case, as well as a list of witnesses. And I would request the court to serve that on each and every accused. I will also send via email, serve these indictments to each and every lawyer present. It's just make it easier for them for future references. And then I would also ask you to serve the J172 on each and every of the accused. Pre-trial date was arranged this morning. It is set down for the 31st of January next year for purposes of a pre-trial. With the exception of accused number 4, 5, and Mr. Moyo, I just want to make sure, what is his number? Sorry, I don't have the charge sheet with me. The rest are on bail, but those 3 are in custody. Thank you. As it pleases the court.
Accused number 4, 5, and who is in custody?
Moyo.
Moyo.
It's accused number 9, Your Worship.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you. I'm now going to serve the indictments on each of the accused. The first one will be served on accused number 1. Mr. Mochwara, that is your date for the pre-trial hearing and also a summary of the evidence. Second one is now served on Mr. Sekeleni. Mr. Lepolo, it's case number 3. Case number 5, Mr. Bester. Mr. Masukela. Makotsa, Mr. Makotsa. Let's move through and case number 8. Case number 9 is Mr. Moyo. And case number 11 is Maketa, Mr. Maketa. And there's a copy for the charge sheet. which is
Your
marked
Worship.
Exhibit O.
Normally, we also serve the Section 212 capital B in terms of the Criminal Procedure Act also on this occasion. But because of the unavailability of accused number 4, I'm not able to do that. So the investigation officer will serve it on each and every accused as soon as we are able to do that, and if accused number 4 is in a position to provide us with her fingerprints. And for the rest, I think I've got all the emails of the lawyers who's going to represent them. And I would also ask them, I think I don't have Mr. Tebe's email. You can just provide it for me if we adjourn, please, so that I will also serve that on them by means of an email. And that completes my role before you. And thank you, Your Worship.
Thank you. I'm now going to transfer the matter.
Mr. Court, please, Your Worship. Your Worship, I apologize for standing and being on my feet. My learned colleague indicated that the date of the 31st of January 2024 has been arranged with Defense Counsel. I can definitively say, Your Worship, that date was never discussed. In fact, in the discussions that we had, we agreed that 3 alternative dates will be looked into, and then we would then come back to it. I'm taken aback by the date that is said to be arranged with everyone. It was never discussed with me. I'm not available on the 31st of January, Your Worship.
Your Worship, I went to them outside the court. This council was not prepared to go to our office to do that. I was informed that I could this year or next year, and I was informed next year. I didn't see them again. Everyone else that I spoke to was satisfied with this. It's just a pity that they're only saying it now. So that was my arrangement with them there at the corner when the council was not prepared to go to my office. So I don't know what else to do.
Your Worship, and I apologize, Your Worship. I think that was a concession on my learned colleague's side, that indeed this date was never arranged with me. She did approach us, and I believe by they she's referring to, my learned colleague is referring to Mr. Makamedi, Mr. Tebe, myself, and Mr. Matiye. So we were sitting right outside court, and her request was we walk to the DPP's office at 11:15 to get a date, Your Worship. I believe vehemently that I remember vividly that Mr. Makamedi then said the 3 alternative dates, you can just call the office, give us 3 alternative dates, and then we can discuss that. Even as I walked into court, Your Worship, she never indicated this. She had an opportunity to do that. I do not want to belabor this point, but really, Your Worship, I am not available on that day, and I cannot really put my clients at prejudice by agreeing to a date when I'm not available. Mr. Court, please, Your Worship.
What is the reason for you not being around?
Your Worship, I have, yes, no, I'm not occupied at court. I'm attending to personal matters on that day, Your Worship.
Have you got nobody else that can stand in?
Unfortunately, because we are being transferred to the High Court, Your Worship, my candidate attorney will not be able to stand in for me. Ordinarily, I would say he would stand in, and also with the issue of the 212Bs, one would need to, be present, Your Worship.
I think I'm going to adjourn so we can resolve the issue.
Mr. Court, please, Your Worship.
Before I transfer the matter.
Mr. Court, please, Your Worship.
And then furthermore, I need to know about what is happening. She is not present. What are we going to do?
Okay, we are going to get downstairs, and then we're going to do the transfer downstairs at the cells. Apparently she's not in the position to provide her fingerprints at this stage. I didn't have the opportunity to see Mr. Mashini about it. I was just informed by my investigation officer about that. But my lady, regarding another matter, it's really not my job to walk after everyone. What do they want? Must I seek them all over the country? I don't think that is a correct way to do that. We are all professionals and we all must work together. So this is really coming as an unpleasant surprise to me.
Thank you. So I'll take a short adjournment. We'll resolve the issue regarding the date. Ready to proceed with that?
All right, Harime.
that there is a cell phone.
Since when? Give us tentative dates.
Vanaf de school dat wordt het niet aan de showbreak niet. Nee man, dat is voor de showbreak. Ik weet niet. Ik ga naar mijn kamer zitten vanaf de school niet worden. Mevrouw Sterkte.
No, ik weet het wel. Ik ben mooi. Ik heb het
What bag? Don't buy.
January retail conference.
Let's check.
All right, we're bringing you visuals from Bloemfontein, Free State, where that matter has briefly been adjourned, or it's been adjourned. The state has withdrawn charges against 3 of the accused in the saga around the man known as Thabo Bester. We're also seeing reports that Nandipha Makujumana collapsed in the police holding cells, and our reporters are on the ground. Then we'll bring you an update a little bit later on.